we're going to kind of close the show up on these next couple of questions. And then I want to give Courtney a chance to plug her stuff. But what kind of guidelines can you give the audience for ethical porn consumption? And
Mm.
Courtney, let's start with
I
you.
would
What do you think?
Thank you for saying ethical porn consumption, because as I was getting ready for this question, I think I'm really sensitive about the way that people throw around terms like ethical porn or feminist porn, because how do we rate it? And is there like a system? And like after 20 years, I can honestly say like every porn scene, every porn set, every moment, every person is so different that what makes production or post-production ethical may be different from project to project. Like a lot of it is about fair compensation. So were the performers paid in cash? Were they paid in content? What does that contract look like? And that's being talked about in all aspects of porn. So it's really hard for me when I hear companies saying, oh, I'm branding myself as ethical porn, because I do see a lot of that contractual work and negotiations around consent happening at all levels, like in the mainstream levels, just like various pockets of pornography. It's also a very decentralized industry, especially because there are so many independent porn creators now, and also just sex workers being porn stars online. So for me, the ethics really does come around consumption, and it's asking our fans and our customers and our clients to think about the ways in which they're consuming pornography. One of my big questions to porn viewers is, are you going in blind? Have you ever seen like a documentary about porn? Or have you ever watched behind the scenes content? Like, have you ever paid for a porn site? Or are you just looking at random videos on Pornhub or any torrent site or tube site for that matter? Because, and as our last caller was saying, I'm into blow bangs, I'm into this, I'm into that. I do think that a lot of porn viewers are just sort of consuming porn rather blindly. And that's not to say that they're watching the wrong companies or the wrong people or the wrong things. That's not really it. I think it's about like recognizing like some different facets of the industry, and also understanding sexuality a little bit, maybe deeper than the normal person does. I think sex education and porn literacy go together. I think they should both be taught in high school and middle school, because Sinn is absolutely right. There's no way that we can stop minors from viewing pornography. Those days are over. I saw Playboy when I was 8 years old. So that conversation is moot. We cannot protect porn from children, protect children from porn. Well, maybe we should protect porn from children, because but
no, you make a really good
point.
Yeah, it's all about having the conversation and knowing how to deal with it when kids do come in contact with porn, how to have that conversation with them versus bastardizing it and making it such a horrible thing.
And I would say,
So,
if someone knows a little, if someone knows about sex and about LGBTQ issues and about kink, that watching porn for them isn't going to be such a mystery.
Yes.
At all. So, for me, ethical porn consumption, ethical porn as a topic, of course, there's going to be bad directors, bad producers, bad performers, bad guys, bad girls. They exist. They also exist in the music industry and mainstream film. I don't know. I do know why we get singled out, and it's because of sex work stigma and, sexism.
Yeah.
And it's sort of this just whole white supremacy, Christian world that we are surviving right now. Go us.
Yeah. Well, so then where else can people find other resources?
Oh, yes, I did. I wanted to tell you guys about one resource that
Mhm.
is actually trying to parse out what ethical porn production might look like. And it is an important conversation on our side of production as well, because there are bad actors, and every studio, every performer should have like guidelines for what they're doing. So while it's a really diverse, decentralized industry, I do think, like Trouble Films has a way of working, since Sage Studios has a way of working, particularly
Mhm.
around like testing, consent, negotiation, post production. Like these conversations happen on every porn set.
Yeah.
So the website that I wanted to plug is called Porn Better. It's porn-better.com, and they are trying to parse out what ethical feminist production conditions look like. Um, and like what it looks like when it comes to like what we're talking about with diversity and inclusion and equity, and like what pricing looks like and what actual like ethical access to pornography looks like. Because especially in queer porn, there's a lot of trans people or fat people or minorities of many kinds who are looking for themselves in the porn. And, we want to provide that. So,
Absolutely. I didn't even know about that site, and I'm so happy that it exists. And I hope that we can get more people directed towards that site, especially as people start their own journey into this type of work, be it just through like OnlyFans or whatever. These
yeah.
are all things you need to know. And just thinking about like rates and knowing that some performers are not offered the same rates as other performers doing the same work. I
Mm.
mean, just starting like there even. And so
Mhm.
I'm glad this exists, and I hope we can get more eyes on it and stuff like that
Mhm.
too. And I will just say real quickly that if you want to consume porn ethically, you got to pay for it. That's just the number one. And so people
Yes.
who are paid and taken care of, they are making porn because they want to and they're happy to be doing it. And so in those cases, you don't have to worry so much about someone not being happy, or at the very least enjoying, what they're doing. So